Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It has been a hot minute since I've been on YouTube and I don't really have any reason why. I think I kind of just lost my groove there for a while. I'm pretty active on Instagram if you guys follow me over there, but yeah, I've kind of neglected YouTube a bit. More of a consumer and less of a creator. But I have some exciting life events coming up, including getting married. So I thought I'm going to take you guys along for the journey and I'm going to document my process of like wedding planning, getting organized, kind of what I've got in mind. I do have some things already planned which I'm going to share with you today in a bit of a chit chat, get ready with me kind of video. I'm not actually going anywhere. We're in lockdown here in New South Wales, Australia, which we have been for 3 months. But that doesn't mean we can't play with makeup and just have a little chat, you know, and connect. It's been so long. So I was actually sent some new products from Flower Beauty. They just arrived on my doorstep this morning. And I thought, you know what, this is a great time to just do a full face. And some of these products are products I've never tried before. There's also one of these eye tints, which is in such a beautiful color. So I thought, let's just have a play, let's have a chat, and yeah, let's get stuck into it. So just a disclaimer, all of these products have been sent to me by a PR agency. I have no obligation to use or talk about them, but I actually really enjoy the brand. So I've already done a full face over on an Instagram reel, which you can go check out if you like. So I'll be using some products that I already own, but a lot of them are new and I'll share what I'm using along the way. So I'm just going to start by concealing my eyes. I'm going to do my eye makeup first, only because I can't stand when there's fallout and then I have to go back in and fix up all my base. So let's just start with eyes and yeah, we can go from there. Okay, so I'm just using the Flower Beauty concealer. I'm going to look like Hamburglar with this mask. Oh my gosh. So yeah, I thought it's been so long, let's jump on. So yesterday was exactly 1 year until my wedding. So I'm getting married on the 17th of September 2022. And we actually got engaged in February of 2021. So earlier this year we went away for a weekend. Even though it was something that I have wanted to happen for so long, we've been together for 8 years. So I've always been like, oh, you know, I hope it happens. I wasn't really expecting it to happen that weekend. And so it was a really nice surprise. Pretty much we went up, why did we go? Oh, it was a Christmas present Jason bought me the weekend away. So I kind of didn't expect any other gifts because I was like, well, this is my Christmas present this whole weekend away, and we did so many fun things. We went to the zoo and did stuff like that. But the place that we stayed at, it was on a river and it had like this gazebo that went off onto a jetty. It was quite romantic. The weather wasn't so romantic, it was raining, but that's okay. And it was on the Saturday night. We'd already booked to go for dinner at the restaurant there. And before that we went down to the jetty because we didn't go down there the day before. And we were just kind of like standing and chatting, and then he asked me and I was very shocked and very excited. And I don't know if it never does it justice, but I love my ring. It's rose gold with a morganite stone. It's from an Australian designer who I will link below because I can't remember her name. Is it Natalie Marie? Maybe Natalie Marie. Anyway, I love it. It's like, it's just me. I'm not a huge jewelry wearer, so I knew that whatever I had, I didn't want it to be too much because it would just kind of feel unnatural for me to wear something that was just like either too blingy or just too, but this is like honestly so perfect, and the color, everything, I love it. So he did very well. I was very excited, very happy. And then I guess that's where now the wedding planning starts. So already in such a short time, I've already learned a lot. like I said, I haven't been married before, but I have friends who have, and yes, I've helped them with some planning here and there, but I didn't really realize how far in advance you have to book stuff. So because of COVID and everything, I'm actually just going to set my base with this Hourglass ambient lighting powder, just so then the other shadows blend nicely. Yeah, I didn't realize how far in advance you had to book things, because here in Australia we have been hit, like a lot of places in the world, we've had a lot of setbacks in terms of, we had the bushfires one year, then we had COVID last year, and you know, I feel for these brides who have had to cancel their wedding at least 4 times right now. Like, thankfully we're not getting married till next year, so it hasn't impacted us too greatly. But man, these brides who have had to reschedule and reorganize their weddings 4 times, I really feel for them. It's so sad. The only thing really that was impacted, we had to cancel our engagement party. That was meant to be at the start of September, but with no pubs or anything open, we were having it at a local brewery down here. We live on the south coast of New South Wales. But because of COVID, that wasn't able to happen, but it's okay. We're actually kind of excited to be able to schedule it for summer, because I mean, there's nothing better than having like all your friends together in summer, nice cold drinks, good vibes. So I'm looking on the bright side. That's what I'm telling myself. But as for wedding planning, I really had to lock in some of the big things straight off the bat, because I was finding things were already booked out. I mean, like I said, I'm a newbie to this. I had no clue. I'm going to go into the Flower Beauty, what is this shadow? Shimmer and Shade, oh, Sugar Rush palette. I'm just going to take an assortment of colors. I definitely want to obviously do pinks. I'm going to start with some matte shades, and then I might pack on some of the more metallic shades after. So straight off the bat, we had to book a venue. And even when we were looking at dates for the venue, so many dates for 2022 were already booked. So that was exciting, because I was like, oh my gosh, you know, I didn't realize we'd have to plan so far. But we have booked a venue. It's further down the south coast, and I don't know if I'm going to share the name yet, because I mean, people could easily go and Google it and look it up, but I thought, you know what, I'm just going to wait to share the venue. But just know, it's predominantly outside. The ceremony's outside, kind of like canapes afterwards are outside. Dinner is semi-outside. It's like there's a marquee, but for the most part, it's all outside, except for one of the parts of the venue, which is what the venue is named after, and that has a building on it. I'm not going to say what kind of building, but that's where we can go and dance afterwards at the bar inside and all that sort of stuff. So I'm going to save that for now, because I feel like I could take you guys along when we have to go and do more exciting on-site stuff. But anyway, we locked that in straight away. It's on a river and it is beautiful. It was actually the first place we went and looked at. We didn't go and look at any other venues. I love how pinks make my eyes pop. I really love these shadows actually. Like, these palettes are really, really beautiful and very affordable. If you live in Australia, the complete Flower Beauty range is available from Chemist Warehouse. And I'm sure you all know, it's been out for long enough, but if you don't, it was actually founded by Drew Barrymore. And I just love that she's branched out into cosmetics. She's so iconic. I was just thinking before, like, what are my favorite Drew Barrymore movies? I really do love The Wedding Singer. That's a good one. I know, obviously, E.T. classic. You know what else I loved from her? That series she did, the Santa Clarita Diet. I'm so disappointed that they finished that series, because honestly, I actually got very invested in that. And then when they're like, oh yeah, we're not producing it anymore, I was like, You have to be kidding me. It's always the way. You get so invested in a show, then they're like, pulled. Like, oh, thanks for nothing. Do you guys have a favorite Drew Barrymore movie? Do you like Drew Barrymore? Drop it in the comments below. I don't watch a lot of films, to be honest. But I mean, they're some of the most popular ones she's been in. And then Jason also reminded me she's also been in 50 First Dates. Another good one. So yeah, we've got our venue. It's on the river. It's beautiful. So we've locked that in. One thing done. Tick. Next thing we had to look at was catering, because I mean, you can't have a good wedding without great food. Am I right? Or am I right? So we had to lock in food, and one of the main things with our wedding is we really did want to support a lot of South Coast local businesses. We wanted to keep everything as local as possible because, you know, the area has, I mean, everywhere in Australia really has been affected by COVID, but all these businesses, especially the bridal industry, wedding industry, man, they have suffered because of COVID. I mean, they haven't had any bookings for months off, months off, months off. Like, by the time things start to kind of settle, it's going to be all systems go. It's going to be so busy. So we really did want to support local where possible. That was very important to us. And so we found a caterer. They're called Rabbit & Co. And what we've decided to do is, instead of either like alternate plates like chicken fish, which, oh my gosh. Have you ever been to a wedding and then you get the meal that you don't really like and then you have to swap it? And then you just see all these plates going across. I'm like, no, I don't want any of that. I want people to be able to go pretty much eat as much as they want and have variety. And one thing that I love about food, especially things like share plates and tapas and all of that sort of things, is just the interaction when you're eating. I just feel like that is part of the whole food experience. The interaction, the sharing, the passing of the plates. And so this caterer actually does all different menu types. We could have had like alternate if we wanted, but they also do these huge like grazing, kind of, you put them down the center of the table. Not a grazing plate, they're still individual meals, like individual dishes, but everyone can just help themselves, which I think is so perfect. So we're not having a huge wedding, probably about 50 people. We wanted to keep it very intimate, like close, nearest and dearest, known as our whole lives kind of people. And yeah, so we're going to plan on having like 2 long tables, and then the food will go down the center. The way that the caterer explained it, they kind of said it's almost like Game of Thrones style, or like Viking style, where you've got all the food down the middle. They also make their own like condiments, oils, they do like fresh sourdoughs. So there's just going to be so many amazing things all spread out on the table. Oh, I'm so excited to see it. I mean, we haven't selected the exact dishes yet. We've still got to do that. They had such a variety to choose from. But the package we did choose has, you can choose 3 mains, 3 sides, and 2 desserts. And then you'll have cake on top of that. So I'm like, that is so much for the sit down dinner. Like, there'll be plenty. But we can choose what we want a little closer to the date. But yeah, that was really important to us. We wanted to have that kind of share experience. And yeah, this catering company just had some great options. We're also considering getting either canapes or a grazing platter before dinner, so kind of between ceremony and dinner. So just then when we're getting photos, people aren't like, oh my gosh, I'm hungry. They're just like all drinking and they don't have anything to fill their stomachs. So we're still deciding on that too. Let me know, have you been to a wedding, or was your wedding one where you had a grazing station, or did you have like canapes for an entree? Let me know. I'm in two minds. I do like the grazing tables. The only thing is, because it will be positioned outside, like, and it will be in spring, I just don't want flies to be all over everything. I mean, I know that's not really my problem. I'll be too caught up in what's happening, but you know what I mean. You just don't want bugs and flies like flying around places. So, yeah, let me know what you guys have seen or done or experienced. I would love to know. So we've got venue, we've got caterers. And the other great thing that this caterer does, which again is something else we have to wait to experience after we're out of lockdown, is that they do like a tasting dinner, like a tasting event you can go to. So I think it's $70 a head. They have a few of them, probably one every month or two. And you go, you get to try all the dishes that you would essentially be having on the day of the wedding. How good. And you also get to go home with a piece of wedding cake. So we're kind of holding out for that. I'm not sure if I'm going to get someone else to do our cake, or if the cake that they do is so good, I'm just going to get the caterer to do it. And then maybe we'll put some of the flowers that we've got from our day on top or something. I don't know. I haven't thought that far ahead, but I thought, I haven't done the cake yet. Hopefully there's no urgency on that. But yeah, we've got the venue, we've got the caterers. What else is there? Another great thing about this venue is that it has a fire pit. So it has all those really beautifully strung lights outside. So when it's nighttime, it'll be like really nicely lit up outside. But there's also a fire pit. So we also thought about creating a s'mores station. I think that's such a cute idea. It's not quite like, it's, you know, early spring. So it's sometimes a little cool at night, but I thought if we put some like blankets around the fire pit for the evening, how cute would that be? Where possible, I might just pop a few photos in so you can kind of see what I mean. But I thought that is such a fun idea. And for those people who don't want to dance or just want to relax and want to be like warm at the same time, sit around the fire pit and enjoy a s'more. So I'll probably enlist in the help of my US friends. My fingers are so tightly crossed that international travel is back on the cards by then. I'm sure it will be. I mean, it's a whole year away. Come on, fingers crossed. But I think I'm gonna have to ask them to help with the s'mores station, because I mean, that's traditionally an American thing. That's their jam. They know how to make good s'mores. I've made them before, not so great, but might also get some of those really long, metal kind of marshmallow roaster poles. I think they sell them at Bunnings. And then that way, people can just enjoy marshmallows or they can make a s'more. Okay, so I've spent 20 minutes pretty much just talking and doing 2 eyeshadow shades. I'm so sorry. But there isn't much more to the eye look I want to do. I'm thinking of going in with the eye tint because it is so pretty. I am just conscious of using this because I have found in the past, like those stiller, what are they called? Liquid metals or whatever they're called. My eyelids get really irritated by them, and I'm really hoping that this doesn't do the same thing. The color itself is so nice. Let's just give it a go. What's the worst that could happen? My eyes just start burning? Let's hope not. Oh, it's pretty, especially with these colors. I do like it. So far, so good. No burning. All right, so we have venue, caterers. Now we've also booked our photographer, another thing which I didn't consider, how quickly they book out. We met up with a few. Basically, I found them all via Instagram. I mean, that's kind of like the main place where I've done most of my research, to be honest. I did get some recommendations, like from people who live in the area, but this is actually really beautiful and my eyes aren't stinging at all. Hallelujah. Normally they would be stinging so bad right now. So we found our photographer. He is amazing. I'm just gonna pop his Instagram up here. He, when it came to a photographer, we wanted to look for someone who was doing things a bit differently. I mean, if we just wanted very like generic looking photos, I could probably set up a tripod and do them myself. Not discrediting photographers, that's not what I'm doing here, but I'm just saying, like, you're investing so much money. I was really unaware of how much photographers cost. Pretty much starting prices are about $3,000, and we're not even having our photographer for a full day. We're having them from the ceremony until the end of the night. So it still works out about 6 or 7 hours, but we decided we don't want to document the getting ready and all of that. You know, that's just something we can do, and you know, I'm sure someone there will, you know, be able to take photos and, you know, film it if they want to. But really it's the ceremony and the event itself that I want to focus on for the photographer. So we've booked him. He is amazing. He actually, technically we were meant to go to the venue this week with him and meet up with him, but because of COVID, we can't go down there. So he went down there this week because we want to make sure that we're going to be able to make the most of the sunset light. And he has this really cool app which he could go down there. He was able to suss out exactly what time, this time next year, the sun would be setting. And that way we can kind of use that as an indicator to plan the timing for the rest of the day. So he said sunset will be, I think it was around 5:40 p.m. or something. But he said that if we plan on starting to have those afternoon photos from 4:30 onwards, that will give us enough time. So I'm really excited for that. To me, sunset is like my favorite time of that day. I just love sunsets. I'm literally like a sunset chaser. If I go overseas on a holiday, I'm looking for the sunsets because they are just so beautiful. Just kind of like closing off the day. It's just what I love. So he's really made a great effort to make sure that we're going to get that included in our photos. So for my base, I'm going to use the Flower Beauty Get Real Serum Foundation. I've not tried this before. This is one of the new products that just arrived. It is quite watery, but let's see how it goes. I generally like a medium to full coverage foundation. So you can see the redness that I generally get. So let's see how this covers it up. Not bad. I'm gonna have to see if it's buildable just around like my cheek area. But so far so good. It is more of a light to medium coverage, but it seems to like just knock back the redness, and it's not cakey or heavy, which is nice. I literally look like a ghost, but it's okay. We have plenty of products here to warm up the face soon. But I'm also relying on natural lighting. So if the lighting changes throughout this, that is why. Because to be honest, I just can't be bothered setting up all my lights. Not only does it get way too hot in this room with all the lights on, but I just don't really like being blinded by all those artificial lights. It's annoying. This foundation is not bad at all. Like I said, I'm just going to build up on my cheeks. I quite like this foundation. Nice coverage. It's definitely not heavy, very, very lightweight. But it's buildable, so it is good. I feel like I just want to intensify. It looks like that the pigment, it's actually like come off a bit. I think I might touch it up with one of the metallic shades. I mean, I can slightly see it, but it's not really that noticeable anymore, which is kind of disappointing. But let's go in with this like metallic-y rose gold. Ah, now we're talking. Here we go. I mean, maybe it acts as a nice base for it, but honestly, it was just starting to like separate. And so you wouldn't have seen anything. And I might go in with some of their setting powder and do the inner corner afterwards, because then it'll be like really nice and pigmented. But even just using the finger, it's not bad. It's quite pigmented on its own. Just kind of fuse that together. Okay, well, first impressions of this, I mean, it was nice as a swatch, but it just didn't really stick to my eyelid. If you have any tips on how to use these and get them to stay, please let me know. Okay, moving on to the base, I'm gonna go in with a bit of the Heat Wave bronzer, which I really, really like. And then we can go in with one of the, actually, maybe I should go in with some of the cream blush because that looks quite beautiful. But we'll just like warm up some of the sides of the face. I haven't actually tried any of the Flower Beauty brushes, but they do look quite beautiful and quite affordable too, so I'll probably have to try them next. Here we go, bringing some life back to my pale ass face. So what else have we done? Caterer, photographer. I think that's all. Like we've kind of locked in. So there's still a lot to do. But I feel that all the stuff that was time sensitive has been done, which is great. Now I have to consider my dress. I guess if I'm talking like the style of wedding we're having, is it a little bit boho, rustic vibes? Yes. Another thing that I have to consider, am I going to hire a makeup artist or am I going to do my own makeup on the day? I don't know. I don't know. Part of me wants to do it myself because often I like how I do my makeup and I'm happy with it. But then part of me is like, on the day, am I really going to want to be doing my makeup? I'm probably going to be like stressed. Hopefully not. I don't want to be stressed, but I'm going to be nervous. Like it's a big deal. So I don't know if I want that extra pressure. Knowing my luck, I'll probably have some kind of disaster with the false lashes or the eyeliner and screw up the whole look. So maybe I should just hire someone. Again, please let me know. If you got married, did you do your own makeup or did you hire someone? I will definitely hire someone to do my hair. I can't do hair for shit. I don't know how to do hair. This cream blush smells so beautiful. Well, it's called Gel Crush. It smells good. What is the shade called? Strawberry Crush. Well, that explains the scent. It's very nice. I'm just going to put some on my finger to warm it up. Ooh, this is pretty. Oh, that's a really pretty pink. I like that. It's like a nice, like, soft pink flush. It's not too... I could go straight in. Oh, maybe that's just easier. Just go straight in with it. Ooh, that is so beautiful. Let's do it again this time. I freaking love this cream gel blush. How stunning. It's like not too much, but just enough to put some color. All right, before I go in and do eyeliner and mascara, I'm just gonna spritz my face with the Flower Beauty Seal the Deal setting spray. While my face is still a little bit damp from the setting spray, I'm gonna go in with the Shimmer and Strobe palette. And I'm gonna just put on some highlighter. Maybe the pinky rose gold. Whoa, picks up a lot. That is very nice, but it also is quite coppery. So I'm just going to kind of go back over it with my sponge, just so it doesn't look like a totally different contrast to my face color. All right, while we're here, let's go back in with the setting spray and some of that metallic rose gold. And I'm just gonna dip it in the inner corner just to really give that more brightness. I'm gonna go in with the Flower Beauty Lash Warrior Mascara. I really like this. I've been using it for just over a month now, and it's one of the ones I'll reach for pretty much every other day. It's a really nice mascara, long lasting, gives my lashes a lot of volume. This is perfect mascara for every day. Like if you don't want to, even if you don't want to wear false lashes, like this gives my lashes so much lift that I honestly probably don't need them, but I just love how much fuller my lashes do look with them. All right, so for brows, I'm going to use the Flower Beauty Drawn the Line brow pencil. It's got spoolie on one end, the brow pencil on the other. So what else do I need to, or what else can I tell you right now? Not much. Oh, I actually started designing my invitations last night. This is something I have decided to do myself. Again, it's just one of those things that I'm not here trying to be a cheapskate. But when I said that I wanted like an intimate wedding, I also thought that might come with an intimate price tag, but it does not. So there's some things that I want to DIY only because I do know I can visualize what I want. And so I thought, well, if I can do it myself and I have the resources and the tools to do it, why not? So I am going to design my own invitations, and I'm doing it in quite a sustainable way. Because again, that was something that was quite important to me, because the way I see it is I send someone the invitation, they keep it on their fridge for 8 months, and then they chuck it out. So am I going to go and spend $3 grand on invitations when they're going to end up in the recycling bin? No. But I have a really fun, sustainable idea. I won't show you yet. I've ordered the bits that I need for it, and I'll do that in a separate video because it'll all kind of make sense then. But I thought I'm just going to do it myself. Kind of, again, I can visualize what I want, and so it makes sense for me to just do it. We did a few like test runs last night just using our home printer. I haven't decided if we're going to print them here or if I'll go to Officeworks or something, but regardless, it's definitely doable. So I'll design the invitations and all the bits that come with it, the info card, RSVP card. I'll also design the signage so we can have a sign at the front of the venue. I'll do that. I'll design the menus. I'll design the placeholder cards. And I think that's all I need. And also if there's any other signage like for the s'more station and stuff like that. And I'm also very lucky because I have a lot of talented friends. So one of my friends is a florist. She's gonna help with my flowers, which I'm so excited about. She already kind of knows my vision and what I'm hoping for it. And so we're gonna start brainstorming some ideas. Yeah, because I need to get flowers for the arbor, which is at the back. I'll also need to get flowers for the aisle. I'll need my bouquet. I'll need flowers for the guys, their buttons. I'll also need some flowers for the table setting. But that's the kind of the good thing as well about this whole feast style menu. They've pretty much said outright there isn't much room on the tables for decorations. So in a way, it's a blessing because I'm like, great, we'll just have a few little small vases of flowers or something like that, like little jars or something. And the rest of the table will be filled with food. So at least then I don't have to think too much about it. That's kind of another thing I don't love. When you go to a wedding and the floral centerpiece is so big, you can't even see the person across from you at the table. Like, I want to be able to see who I'm talking to and not be like, you know, going behind flowers. Okay, I'm going to put some lashes on. I don't have any Flower Beauty lashes, so I'm just going to use some Lure lashes. I like the ones from the Chloe Morello collaboration in the style Positano. They're a 3/4 length lash, so I just find they give my lashes a bit more volume, which is lovely. While I'm waiting for that glue to dry and putting them on, I also have another friend who is very talented and she can make candles. So we decided for our like wedding favors, we're going to have candles with like a custom sticker on it, like a thank you. I just figure that that's something that for the most part people will use. I just think it's a nice touch. I personally go through so many candles. So, I mean, if I was a guest, I'd be stoked to receive one. I haven't decided on the scent yet. I have a couple in mind and my friend's going to put a couple together so we can kind of see what they're like and, you know, see how they smell. Because what I also wanted to do is have like obviously the little jars as the thank yous, but on the tables I want to have maybe 2 bigger double wicks because I want to have that scent almost like just be the memory of our big day. And so when people go home and burn their own, they're already going to be reminded of the scent and the memory of sitting down and having that beautiful meal, being with friends and family. And I just think scent is so important. It just kind of can transport you to a whole other space. So we're going to do that. I don't know what scent, but like I said, we're going to have a play with some and see which ones we would like lean towards. But we have time to think about that as well. Like there's no rush to do that right now. So I'm excited for that. And what else? Well, I have another friend who on the day she has put her hand up, she said that she's happy to like round people up for photos. which is so good. Like our photographer, like we had a call with him and he was awesome. Like he pretty much knows exactly the vibe that we want. I don't want posing photos. I want people to feel comfortable. I want it to like come across natural. And so we are going to, we'll have some like set photos, obviously like with our parents and that sort of thing. But for the most part, we just want it to be organic. We just want it to be like caught in the moment, to show like our true happiness and just our true feelings and, you know, emotions on the day. The photographer calls it one of the best times to get photos. I think it was like happy hugs time or something. And that's the moment directly after you say I do, when you go and you walk down the aisle, back down the aisle, and then you meet up with all your friends and family and everyone like hugs and congratulates you. He said apparently that's when you get the best shots. And so that's great because I know a lot of my family don't like having their photo taken. And so if we can capture those candid moments, like if we're hugging or embracing or just smiling or crying or whatever we're doing, I think that'll just be so special. And you can't fake that, you know, you can't pose for that emotion. So I'm excited to take the photographer's lead really. Like he's great and he's already given us so many great ideas. So I know we're in good hands. See, I love these like 3/4 lashes. They kind of just give enough of like a lift without it being too much. Oh, one other thing. Oh, I would really love to do this. So if you guys know, we have a cat called Bear. And I really want him to be the ring bearer. Oh, Jason cringes whenever I say this because he's like, oh God, here you go with the puns again. The bloody dad jokes. I love a good pun. But how cute if Bear wore like a little bow tie and maybe if he had like a little pocket to put the rings in. It'd be so cute. But I also know Bear, he would get so freaked out. He'd probably run through the field, run away. We'd never see him or the rings again. Some family would probably be very lucky, stumble across him, pawn the rings, be like, oh, new pet, great. As long as they feed him, he'd be happy. So I probably won't do that, even though it would be so good if I could. Ring Bear. So we have lashes on. And now for lips. I have a couple of colors here. So I have Peachy Nude, which I really like. This was one I've already been sent and used a few times. But they also sent me some new shades. And they're these really cute like bullets. This is in the shade Perfect. Nope. Perfect Pout must be the name. Tiger Lily or Jasmine. So Jasmine, oof, Jasmine is quite dark. I don't think I'll be doing Jasmine. She's a little dark for me. It would actually look quite nice over this eye. It's quite vampy. Or there's this color, which is, what do I say? Tiger Lily. Ooh, she's creamy. That's actually quite nice. I'm just going to go in with this. Whoa, this is so smooth. Beauty gurus everywhere probably like disgusted I haven't used a lip liner. But I rarely use a lip liner on a normal day. Oh, that is perfect for this look. I am legitimately shocked at how creamy this is. It's beautiful. Glides on like a dream. Now I'm also in two minds because I have this Galaxy Glaze Holographic Lip Gloss. Do I dab some in the shade, in the center? Let's just swatch it to see what it would look like on there. Oh. Ooh, it's nice. could just do a little tap in the middle. Oh, that's nice just in the center. You know, as much as I love that cream blush, I'm just thinking for the eyes and everything, maybe I go in with the Flower Pot. This is in the shade Barrymore. Barrymore, Drew Barrymore. Oh my God. See, I love the puns. Oh God. This is actually very beautiful. It's kind of one of those things I don't like. I don't want to use you. You're so pretty. Let's see. We've come this far. Woof. She is definitely deeper than the other blush. Whoa. I hope I haven't completely butchered this whole look now. I need to knock this back. It is very pretty. It's definitely darker than the gel blush, but I just generally don't go too ham on these darker colors because I naturally have red cheeks, so I don't really want to accentuate them all over again. I may as well not put foundation on. But I think that's just enough. So this is my finished look. Don't mind my hair, it hasn't been done in 3 months, so it is what it is, but the focus here is on the makeup, and I am really impressed with the Flower Beauty range. I think it's such a great, cruelty-free, affordable range that you can get at your drugstore. In Australia, you can get them at Chemist Warehouse, and it's just such an easy brand to wear every day. Like, you can really intensify things if you want, or you can keep it more on the subtle and natural side. Like, they really have all your bases covered. I do love these Flower Pot blushes. This is the shade I would normally wear for every day, and it's the shade Peach Primrose. So for me, this is quite dark, but I think on a darker skin tone, oh my God, this would look incredible. Doesn't look bad on me, but it's just a bit much for what I normally would go for. But I think when you're doing like a vampier look, that it would look really good. I love the Sugar Rush palette. I think this is such a great palette. A good combination of mattes and shimmers. Very easy to wear, and they blend out really, really nicely. I probably wouldn't rush out to get any more of these watercolor eye tints, to be honest. Maybe you can send me tips on how you can get them to work, but for me, it just didn't really work out. This was the shade Sunset Wash. It just wasn't for me. The Gel Crush Lip and Cheek, yes, 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 yes. It smells amazing. It works so beautifully. Just swipe it on, tap it in with your fingers, melts in, good to go. I'd be really keen to try more colors in this product. The Get Real Serum Foundation. So surprised by how much I like this. When I swatched it initially, I thought it was a bit too watery for my liking, and I thought it's not going to hide my blemishes, it's not going to hide my redness, but it did. And it's very lightweight, it's very natural, and yeah, a great one for every day. The lipstick. I'm wearing the shade Tiger Lily, and like I said, it is so smooth and creamy. Oh, chef's kiss, I love it. It glided on like a dream. And I think that covers everything. Well, out of the new products anyway. You saw me use a few other things, but overall, I'm just loving the range. Super, super affordable, great quality, great color payoff. What more could you want? So thank you guys so much for getting ready with me and watching this video. I know it's been a long one, but I feel like I had a lot to catch you up on. It's been literally years. So definitely hit that subscribe button if you want to keep watching and if you want to keep updated with my wedding planning. If you have any recommendations, please leave them in the comments below and hit the like button before you leave. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.